Welcome, pre-graders, to session ya rena ya mathomo. Today, re tlo ba re lebeletse algebra for grade 12. So, mo re tlo ba re lebeletse solve for x, simultaneous equation, and then re lebeletse inequality. So, this video ke ya Pedi. So, for the same lesson, o ka kgona go kry-a Zulu le English version. If you prefer those languages, the videos are already uploaded. You can check my playlist in arena, and then you can check out those ones. Okay, so I to make solve for x, and then the first question is like problem erna mathomo it will be as follows. So refill x squared minus x minus 12 is equal to 0, and then we are required to solve for x. So what we chance on the value of x this equation is 0. So there are two ways we solve this problem. Factorizer, use quadratic formula. But quadratic formula is long and highly necessary more because this equation factorize easily. So because the quadratic equation it will factor Pedi, so I leave brackets Pedi equals to 0. And then so I got the factor x squared. So the factor is x le x. And then I got the factor 12 such that the factor or the multiply or the add or the subtract to offer minus 1. Minus 1 is the coefficient of x. So these factors they cancel so. So finally 12 times 1 is 12, 6 times 2 is 12, 4 times 3 is 12, or the other way around. So 12 by 1 or the adder or the minus because of minus 1. 6 times 2 or the adder or the minus because of minus 1. 4 and 3 or the adder or the minus because of minus 1, especially if you are 4 is negative and then you are 3 is positive. So now this is the factors are in 4 le 3, right? So because this can minus 1 and then or this over minus 1, 4 is negative. So it was negative 3. And then you are 3 is positive, it will be plus 3. So you get the factor in. So or this whole equation is 0. It's either this part is 0 over this part is 0. Remember, if x is 0, anything multiplied by 0 is 0. So now x minus 4 is equal to 0 over x plus 3 is equal to 0. So this can solve easily. X is equal to 4 over x is equal to minus 3. If I show the solution, we can your original equation or substitute the x value of 4 is of 0, and then same thing you substitute the value of minus 3 is of 0. So we can approach the first problem arena, which is to solve for x in a standard form and then easily or factorize. So problem arena is as follows. 3x squared plus 5x is equals to 7. So before I got time to solve this problem, essentially we are in a standard form. Remember, create a standard form say cancel so ax squared plus bx plus c, and then the whole thing is equal to 0. So come is a standard form. So a is 3x squared plus 5x, and then there just 7 to the other side, and then you have minus 7. All this is equal to 0. So now, first step, we'll solve this. Go check factorize now. Okay? So now I check. The factor just 7. Remember, I got factor just 7, which are 7 times 1 and only 1 times 7. So related to the factor check, the multiply. nka ke di adder or ke di subtract damper 5 har level 7 minus 1 ke 6 or rather 7 plus 1 ke 8. So ga gona any rational factors to this equation. So say it's now to solve this re nyaka a quadratic equation. So remember quadratic equation e ka tsela e our x e lekana le minus b plus or minus b squared minus 4 multiplied by a multiplied by c all over 2a. Okay, so let's call it, this is our a, this is our b, this is our c. So now this is our x elegantly minus our b 5 plus or minus our b 5 squared minus 4 our a 3, and then our c is minus 7. All right, and then all over 2a where our a is 3. Okay, so now from this we're gonna go straight to a calculator, and then we'll start remember a plus or minus. You can start plus or start minus. So now we'll look at your x is 0.91 or your x is minus 2.57. Again, to confirm if answer is correct or not, okay, we'll log into the original function, then send to 0. Although, because right now we round to 2 decimal places, you would find out what your answer look at that equation. The value of gram will not necessarily be 0. It will be something very close to 0, but it will be as small as possible. So it will find idea this is correct. So this is how to solve a quadratic equation solving for x, where our possible factorize and then reshumisha a quadratic formula. Okay, so our next problem here, the root of 2x minus 5 minus x legally minus 4. Okay, so the first step to solve this problem is remove the square root, and we can remove the square root as it is right now. Rather, we change this minus x, we shift to the other side, and then we change the square of what's remaining. Remember, the square root of a, when you square it, your answer is a. So by doing that, we're going to eliminate the square root. So the first step, the value 2x minus 5, elegantly x minus 4, right? So return the x to the other side if positive. So now, adjust the square of both sides. Remember, you cannot take the square one side, so you do on the other side so that the equation is a balance. All right? So, after so, come on this side, I shall like 2x minus 5, elegantly x minus 4 into x minus 4. Okay? So now, come on 2x minus 5, elegantly remultiply this brackets out. So now x squared, that's x by minus 4, only minus 4x, and then minus 4 by x, only minus 4x, minus 4 by minus 4, alpha plus 16. Okay, so now retire what's on the left, reach on the right. The reason that I saw is that our equation in standard form. Remember standard form, ax squared plus bx plus c is equals to 0. Doesn't matter which side the 0 is on. So, how do 2x reach like 0 this side, and then renally x squared. So minus 4 okay, minus 8x plus 16. And then the 2 here right at this side ever minus 2x, the 5 right like on this side ever plus 5. So this ever 0 elegantly x squared minus 10x, okay, minus 10x, and then plus 21. So can we factorize this? factorize. Why could so? Because related factor 21 or the add or the subtract do offer minus 10. So factor 21 get 21 times 1 again another 7 times 3. So rabona minus 7 minus 3 it offer minus 10. So that factor over minus 7 and minus 3. Okay? So because the quadratic equation in only 2 factors. So 2 factors, 2 brackets. Alright. So factor x get x and x. 21 get 7 and 3. Already honor for minus 10 into minus 7 minus 3. So since our x is 7 or our x is positive 3. Okay? So now regia our values x is 7 and x is minus 3 into the original equation to check if it is minus 4. Okay, so get a 7. Then the square root of 2 into 7 minus 5 minus 7. So it is minus 4. So x is a solution. X equals to 7 is a solution. And then regia positive 3, which is 2 into 3 minus 5. And then minus our x is 3, alpha minus 2. So say x equals to 3 as the solution here this problem. Okay, so this is a 6 marks problem. So what we more simplify up until here, what we score 6 marks. Alright, so our next equation is we'll solve for x. We'll fill a cube root of 1 over x to the 7, look at 128. So like a value of x, either out of this equation, look at 128. So since it's a quadratic equation, so I want to be in standard form. So the first step, go remove this the cube root. So open the square root of a, y square okra a. So the same way only the cube root of a, y to the cube okra a. So remember now here only 2 equations. So over this cube or balance the equation on the other side like this cube. Alright? So we'll do that so. So we're gonna take on the left are the cube and then on the right are the cube as well. Okay, so this cube remove this cube root. So Rashalaga 1 over x to the power 7. Alright, so Kamara Shalaga 128 to the power 3. Okay, so the first step they remove the square root. So let's remove it. So now we cannot this we can simplify even further by saying your 128 as a base 2, which is 2 to the power 7. Remember we still have this cube. Okay, alright, so now what we are more so this is 1 over x to the 7, right? Look at 2 to the power 21. Okay, 7 by 3. So now going further, we can say, now remember this, I can simply say this is x to the 7, this is 1 to the 7, such that this is just the whole thing to the 7, like that. Okay, so now we'll remove this 7 now. The same way as remove the cube root, rather this to 1 over 7, and then this would be equal to that, and then this as well to 1 over 7. Alright, so now just 1 over x on this side, which would be the same as 21 divided by 7, which is just 2 to the 3. Okay, continuing this side, So finally 1 over x is equal to 2 to the 3 is 8. So now we're going to cross multiply 8x is equal to 1. So your x is equal to 1 over 8. So look at this value 1 over 8 for local and that equation, the original equation, we'll look at 128. Okay, so this is worth 4 marks. This is how to solve an equation. Only a square root, firstly remove the square root and then simplify until the future more. Our last question is solve for x Q&A. Alright, so what if we do 2x to the power 0.75 is equal to 1 over 4. Alright, so when I got to create a value of x, there are this whole equation refer 1 over 4. So now the first step here, there are x ishalaili nosh or isolate x or there are x the subject of the formula. So the first step we divide by 2, we divide by 2 both sides. Kamora shalaka just 2 x to the power 0.75, which is equal to 1 over 4 divided by 2 is over 1 over 8. Okay, so now remember 0.75 get 3/4. So 0.75, the equivalent fraction value on a 3/4 get 3 over 4. So that is equal to 1 over 8. Okay, so now remember this. So what number can we multiply this or this is 1? Obviously 4 over 3. Why? So because 3 over 4 multiplied by 4 over 3, this cancel that, this cancel that, shalaka 1. You see? So now I cancel that. So serious dirang korere our equation, which is x to the 3 over 4 raise that to the power 4 over 3, because that's what I raise. So this it will multiply that just as reservoir a to the b all to the c, just a to the power b times c. Okay, so so now this, remember series come left side redraw on the right side or balance the equation. So shalaga 1 over 8. Okay, so to the power 4 over 3. Okay, so kamora shalaga just x elegantly 1 over 8 to the power 4 over 3. But remember what we can express this further as 1 over 8 is 1 over 2 to the 3 all over 4 over 3, right? Which is simply 2 to the negative 3. This 2 and then all to the power 4 over 3. So I want this, it will cancel that marginally minus. So it's like a 2 to the power minus 4. Okay, all right, so now this is only 1 over 2 to the minus 4, or rather let me write it clearly more. So this now only x only 2 to the power minus 4. Okay, so now which is 1 over 2 to the 4, which is 1 over 16. So here the value of 1 over 16 over substitute x, we'll talk about 1 over 4. So our next question involves our solver for both x and y. Remember, this can be variable engolengo. Ikaba x and y, ikaba a, b, ikaba q, z, ikaba variable engolengo. So we'll solve this equation. Remember, in a one variable, the variable engo. So all in all, there are 2 variables. So we'll solve 2 variables kind of over simultaneously. We got 2 equations. So what if the equation jaran? This is our equation 1, it over equation 2 here. Mara what level equation 1 it level a bit shaky nyana because now exponential, and then now we put now quickly attempt to run problem is so I level that equation and then simplify before I solve a simultaneous equation sake the words of one. Okay, so now different color. So now finally 2 into x plus 3 elegantly 32 to the power y. Okay, right? So we know from grade 10 or only 2 numbers the same base and then the number of the exponent because the base what are the exponents okay, so this is really applicable. So now we express at 32 in terms of 2. So that's what this side 2 to the power x plus 3 elegantly 32 here express in terms of 2 rather 32 elegantly 2 to the power 5. So the 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 up until it's 5, therefore 32. So all of this to the power of y. Remember this, get 32 as it is. Okay, so now simplifying it further, another 2x plus 3, elegantly 2 to the power a times a, 5 by y, so 5y. So now I'll apply this rule. Rabona the base charna the alicana, so the exponent charna. Right? So this is our x plus 3 elegantly 5y. Okay? So this is our equation 1. How about suppose? Because the equation that we should measure a they simplified bill. Alright? So really get that the equation 1 arena, and then go back to a black color, and then x squared minus xy plus 3y equals to 5, 8 over our second equation. Okay, so now the first step, only two equations, 2 unknowns. That's how we're going to solve this problem. So now our first approach called really x over y as the subject of the formula. So it doesn't matter we choose a if, and it doesn't matter we choose from equation if. So Mara, it's easier to choose a more simpler equation. In this case, I want equation 1 is more simpler than equation 2. So that from equation 1, we cannot choose. Never choose a x, whatever is subject to the formula. Or a y first to solve. So that means get your x, this to the other side. X elegantly 5y minus 3. So got that equation 3 are in. Alright? Makes sense. Okay. So now got from equation 3 get substitute equation 2 in equation 2. Okay? Remember, since equation 3 is from equation 1, it doesn't make sense or wait here we wish to get equation 1. So let's like equation 2 here. Okay, so now wherever one x substitute as 5y minus 3. Okay, so now taking equation 3 into equation 2, so the create instead of x, the x elegantly 5y minus 3 all squared minus x 5y minus 3 multiply by y, this y here, plus 3y, all this elegantly 5. Okay, so simplifying this, roughly 25 y squared minus 30y plus 9. Okay, so this is coming from the fact that this is the same as 5y minus 3 into 5y minus 3. And then when you multiply those out, we create 5 by 5 get 25 y squared. 5 by minus 3 get minus 15y. The other 5 by minus 3 get minus 15y. And then plus 9. Okay, so that's how we get this. Alright. So the remaining terms are minus 5y squared, and then are plus 3y. The plus no major from minus. Okay, and then plus 3y again. Get this one now, and then minus 5 is equals to 0. So I took this 5 kaishagamo. Okay, so now let's group the like terms. Okay, so 25 minus 5. So we'll have 20 y squared. Okay, so minus 30. Okay, the terms are y minus 30 plus 3 plus 3. So we'll have minus 24 y. So 9 minus 5. Refer plus 4. Look at 0. So we can factorize, but before we to factorize, I want to divide the whole equation by 4, because 4 goes here, 20, here, 24, here, 4 itself. So more shalaga 5y squared minus, so this would be 6y, and then plus 1, and look at 0. Okay, so now we'll factorize this. So sometimes how easy we wonder if we can factorize this thing or not. So now what you do is we well back to the quadratic equation. So quadratic equation is so minus b plus or minus b squared minus 4ac. Okay, all over 2a. All right, so we can substitute a, b, c. So okay, minus b, okay, minus 6 plus, get a plus, remember okay, plus or minus. Okay, then square root minus 6 squared minus 4 into a equal 5, c equal 1, all over 2 into 5. Okay, so we can so mark y, since it's resolver for y. So firstly we can y equal to 1. Okay, so one of this as a factor, so if it's our y, get your 1 and get your other side, minus 1 and equal to 0. Okay, so well up to quadratic, can change that plus, get your minus for combinator plus or minus. So we get y equal to 1 over 5. So we got here 1 over 5 gets to the left, so like a y minus 1 over 5 equal to 0. So that means I'm going to multiply 5 everywhere out over 5y minus 1 equal to 0. So a factor, you see now. So we should quadratic formula, we no grad factor to this equation. But if we level or the factors, 5y squared give 5y multiplied by y. Okay, and then factor 1 we give 1 and 1, and then such that we work out offer exactly this, and then that's okay. But if I want like that, so you can always wire go quadratic formula, and then it offer the actual values, and then a step back, and then alpha effect. So from here the result factor y minus 1 the 5y minus 1. Okay, so now this we did a citing is not really part of the solution. We did a citing, but you have to show this. So this is 5y minus 1 into y minus 1 equal to 0. So from here we can say our y is 1 over 5 or our y equal 1. So because this is a simultaneous equation, resolve our two variables, in this case x and y. So recalculate the y values. So well back to equation 3, recreate this one. So the corresponding x values. This is the equation 3. So now for y equals to 1 over 5, the corresponding x value is gonna lay 5 into 1 over 5 minus 3, which is minus 2. And then for y equals to 1, the corresponding x value only gonna lay 5 into 1 minus 3. So it refer positive 2. So these are your x values. So these are my in pairs. Y equals to 1 over 5, it's only x is minus 2. Y equals to 1, it's only x equals to 2. So now confirm or this is correct. We're gonna watch a pair where it's in equation 2, it's in over 5, or watch the same pair where it's in equation 1, it's in the two sides. So that's how you solve a simultaneous equation. Our next question is like, so what if you an inequality but solve for x? So solve for x or the values to x, or hold it in this equation, or value is greater than 0. Okay, so then I got the values of x still hold it in this equation, require positive values. Okay, so it's only solve for x that I approach exactly like the way I approach solve for x here equality. Alright, so the first step is to be in standard form. In this case, a in standard form, right? One key ax squared plus bx plus c is greater than 0. K where a are k 7, b k 18, c k minus 9. Alright, so now I replace factorize. So because the quadratic equation in a factor Pedi. So the first vector get just 7x squared equals over 7x and x such that we'll multiply 7x x over 7x squared. So the second vector gets 9 equals over 3 and 3. Okay, and then so the because now to check our the values are not the we know or more because k minus 9 if a is positive is negative. So now to check or the values defeated the referring equation. So now let's just check if this is plus or and then more k minus. So we're gonna have 7x by 7, which is 7x squared, and then 7x by minus 3, which is minus 21x, and then finally plus 3x, and then finally 3 by 3, which is minus 9. Okay, so now 7x squared, and then minus 21 plus 3x, and finally minus 18x, and then minus 9. Okay, so we already see equation A as this one. So a minus a positive. So then the other one should be true. So to check now, really minus more really plus. So you can see it's only 7x squared, and then 7x by 3 plus 21x, and then minus 3 by x, therefore minus 3x, and then minus 9. So this is 7x squared plus 21. Okay, so now this like terms 21 minus 3 is 18. So now 18x minus 9, which I want to get the same equation here. So what I refactorize it in the right way. Okay, so remember, if you can see it, you can always use a quadratic formula. If I want to or the factor it will be quadratic formula. It will be minus b plus or minus b squared minus 4ac. It will be down the side over 2a, and then I think I'm calculating. So get that minus my b is 18 plus 18 squared minus 4a 7, and c I can minus 9 over 2a 7. So I'm getting first value here x is gonna lay 3 over 7. So go on push some route to factor. So ngana ka multiplier, cross multiplier, kabale 7x is equals to 3, and then 7x minus 3 is 0. So this is a fact which factor L. So another factor take right if more than plus multiple minus, where or x is minus 3. So meaning or x plus 3 is 0. So which factor L? You see? So if how sure can we factorize? Always run to your quadratic and then it will confirm like on. Okay, so now we factorize it. So we're gonna grab the critical points are in. So let's get the values change or this equation is 0. Okay, so now let's keep on quadratic, your x equal it will gonna lay 3 over 7 or x will gonna lay minus 3. If you solve for inequality, you refer to this step. But now this key value still over this equation it refers 0, and then the value still over this equation it refer greater than 0. Okay, so there will be the critical points. All right, so we plot a more number line. So runali x minus 3, runali x 3 over 7. Okay, the critical value share the carrier. So the value share run this equation is 0. All right, so now runali 3 regions. Runali this region, runali this region, runali this region. So to check our equation A more positive or a negative. This one is well a positive negative. This one positive negative. Okay, so remember for a multiply two values, remember normally A multiplied by B. If A is negative, let's just say this is C. If A is negative, B is positive, then C is negative. Okay, so basically in talking about minus multiplied by minus, refer positive. And then only minus multiplied by positive, refer negative. Only positive multiplied by negative, refer negative. So level so only two values share the multiplier. Okay, so level or equation A positive or negative now the region. So that's minus anything less than minus 3. Okay, so that's our okay. Get is 0, which they excluded because our equation is higher, greater or equals to greater than 0 fair. So okay, so now our reliability for x value less than minus 3. So we're gonna choose any value. Let's just choose minus 5. So I check the first factor 7 into minus 5 minus 3. It for minus 38, which is negative. So check out the other factor minus 5 plus 3. It for minus 2, which is negative. So only minus times minus. So overall, only positive. Only positive more. Okay? So that more between minus 3 over 7 and 3 over 7. Choose any value. Get choose a 0 because it's the simplest. So now, x is 0. Only minus 3 here from this fact. So give minus. X is 0 more only positive 3. So give positive. So only positive times negative. So now, so this side I want to keep positive, negative multiply by positive. So it refer a negative value. Okay. So now lastly, the last region. Check if x is greater than 3 over 7, choose any value. You choose 100. So I want 7 into 100. 7 multiplied by 100 is 700 minus 3, keep positive value. So positive. And then another factor 100 plus 3, 103, which is positive. So this is positive. Okay, so now in this range is positive. So now from this now when x is less than minus 3, our function is positive. Okay, again when x is greater than 3 over 7, our function is positive. So now the final solution is over x is less than minus 3 or x is greater than 3 over 7. Give your final solution. Okay? Like I'm going to solve an inequality. We have come to the end of our video, and then just like I say for this session, and separately to the algebra and informationally apply in solving the problems in any assessment or in your final examination. For more information, comment below or on our Facebook page. The details are more description. Okay, now see you next time.